It's Monday, October 29. Let's tell you what's happening. President David Granger will depart Guyana for the Republic of Cuba on Tuesday, October 30. The head of state will be accompanied by First Lady Sandra Granger, and they are expected to return on November 11th. Stacey Carmichael now tells us that students and teachers of Eccles and Tocqueville primary schools are now beneficiaries of 2 new information technology laboratories, which were commissioned today.
Minister of Education Nicolette Henry said the initiative aims to bridge the gap and provide access to quality education and learning materials.
We also want to ensure that all our students are digitally literate. We also want to ensure that our teachers and our educators have access to resources that are available online. And so this is very important for the transmission of data and information for education.
The minister urged the students to carry the equipment as it helps to further their education. Head of the Management Information System Unit, Yoganan Indar Singh, also urged the teachers to create a plan to foster advanced learning. InfoHub spoke to a few students about the initiative.
I feel proud about my school because all computers are here. You could get to do anything you wanted, but not destroy them. You could work with them. It could help you with anything you want.
I feel proudly to know that Tocqueville Primary School is one of the 5 schools to have a lab in their school, and I'm glad for them, and we will strive more to excellence.
The 2 labs were constructed at a cost of just over $12 million. For InfoHub, Stacey Carmichael.
Still in education, students in East Canterbury-Bees area will now have an ease in traversing to school, as the government, in collaboration with the Princess Ramada Hotel, commissioned its 29th David G. bus today. Crystal Stahl was there and filed this report.
The commissioning of the David G. bus is part of the President's 5B initiative. Minister of Social Protection Amna Ali pointed out it is Region 6's 5th David G. bus to be commissioned.
There is not a single region without a David G. bus, boat, or bicycle. So Region 6, we congratulate you. We would like you to take care of this bus. And I must tell you that it is the regional administration of Region 6's responsibility to cater for the driver, for the fuel, and for the maintenance of this bus.
Reminding that the bus is a collaborative effort with private sector donors, Minister Ali commended the management of Princess Ramada Hotel for their continual donations. Casino manager at the hotel, Eric Kanma, said the hotel is elated to be part of the 5B initiative.
This being our 2nd visit to Berbice and 3rd donation of bus in collaboration with the government. Princess Group of Companies is dedicated to contribute and play an active role in the social welfare of all Guyanese. Education is imperative to the development of a nation. Having access to transportation is the burden from parents and children, which will translate in keeping our children in school.
Teachers and students expressed gratitude for the bus and noted it will ease their means to get into school. To date, 29 buses, 9 boats, and more than 1,200 bicycles have been distributed across the regions as part of the 5B initiative. Reporting for InfoHub, Crystal Stahl.
Local government elections, LGE, will be held on November 12. Minister of State Joseph Harmon says LGE is essential to local democracy and ensuring one Guyana. Paul McAdam was at a community outreach in Arakaca Region 1 with the minister over the weekend and filed this report.
The minister said the importance of local government elections must never be underestimated. He was on an outreach visit to Arakaca in Barima Waini Region 1 over the weekend. He reminded that the former administration delayed the constitutionally due elections, a move which President David Granger has since corrected.
And as our president said, he's not going to postpone or call off any elections when they become due. And so we become a regular democratic country where we can look forward to changes of leadership at the local level and at the national level when they become due. So on the 12th of November, you will have an opportunity to vote for the people who you want to run the affairs of your community.
The minister emphasized that local government elections means communities are governing themselves with the support of central government.
You can't sit down in Georgetown and understand what the condition of the road is between Matthews Ridge and Arakaka. You got to drive on it when the rain falls in. So you understand the holes and all these things that people got to go through and the hardship that they face trying to get things done as a community. That is what local government is all about, understanding your communities. We don't believe that staying in Georgetown you can run everything. In fact, it is our belief that the more we decentralize government services, it is the better for all of us.
He noted that several vital services are also being decentralized as part of this process.
We are now decentralizing the issuance of passports, birth certificates, and so on. We are setting up these centers all across the country. So you don't have to leave Region 1 to go all the way to Georgetown to get that done. It can be done right there in your region. We are decentralizing. In fact, the Commissioner of Police has said it already. We are restructuring the way the police is organized.
From Arakaka in Region 1, Paul McAdam for InfoHub.
Conflict resolution intervention launched at Guyana and more after the break.
Staying on treatment for HIV can lead to a normal, healthy life. Remain on treatment once you've started. Don't share or use someone else's pills. Staying on your medication not only helps to improve your quality of life, but decreases the risk of HIV transmission to others. A message from USAID, PEPFAR, Advancing Partners and Communities Guyana, NAPS, and the Ministry of Public Health.
Welcome back. Minister of Public Security Kamraj Ramjatan says more work is needed to prevent domestic violence, improve parenting skills, and strengthen conflict resolution skills. Today, the minister launched an intervention to address these issues as part of the Inter-American Development Bank IDB-funded Citizen Security Strengthening Program. More in this report.
I want to say that our government is trying its best in a very substantial way to help adolescents and youths, both perpetrators and victims who should be in school and otherwise gainfully occupied, to help in the prevention of this violence. That is why Friday, as part of the CSSP program, where we want to try as best as possible to train 1,400 young people at risk within the 20 communities that were identified.
Minister Ramjatan said there is need to nurture the existing talents of the at-risk youths and not allow their idleness to lead them down wrong paths.
Reducing crime and violence is high on government's agenda because both crime and violence pose a real threat to public security and to the human rights of all Guyanese. It is important to have a comprehensive understanding of this problem as we try as best to solve it. We know, too, that government alone can't solve it. We need partners. We need the IDB, who has been a big partner here through that Citizen Strengthening Security Program. We need the United Nations and its set of experts.
Reference was made to the recent training of 46 young persons, primarily women, in cosmetology and computer science. The United Nations recently concluded a study looking at women's health and life experiences with violence as one of the challenges. Minister Ramjatan expects that the findings will guide measures to combat violence countrywide. The event, hosted at the Guyana, featured presentations from agencies on their strategies and policies being employed to manage crime and violence in their areas of specializations. The Parenting, Interpersonal Violence Prevention and Conflict Resolution Intervention is being facilitated by ADCO Engineering and Consulting Incorporated. For InfoHub, Stacey Carmichael.
The Mayor and City Council earlier today launched the 175th anniversary of the capital city, Georgetown, with the unveiling of a commemorative stamp. Minister of Public Telecommunications Catherine Hughes, in brief remarks, said since its beginnings, the boundaries of the capital city have expanded on 3 or 4 boundaries. The minister noted both the nation and the diaspora have been calling for the Stabroek Market, City Hall, as well as the environs around the Parliament buildings to be restored to their former pristine condition. She assures that the restoration of the Stabroek Market is underway and major repairs to City Hall will begin shortly. Minister Hughes said every citizen has a role to play to restore Guyana as the Garden City it was once called. In infrastructure news, new roads and township statuses are significant improvements in Mahdia, residents say. Renetta LaFleur has more.
Reverend Aubrey Skeet, who has lived in Mahdia for more than 20 years, said the previous laterite road in Mahdia affected both businesses and households. He added that the pollution from the roads also affected the health of residents.
This here is like 200% better than what we had before. So, and not only that, the longevity, the long-lasting effects of this road, because it's 8 inches concrete, steel, and quartz stone. There was an attempt several years ago to do double asphalt, but I don't know if it was a single asphalt, but that road disappeared in, like, quickly. You would say 2 minutes, 5 seconds, but not actually 2 minutes, 5 seconds. And so this is great. The benefits would be accumulated. The benefits have already begun, in that people can expose their wares, their clothing, and so on, and not have them damaged.
Other residents said the new road will significantly reduce travel time for miners.
It is concrete we get on here, so, and it's been meaningful. At least a lot of miners and the major people ease the dust. And going to Princeville, going to Bartico, at least the road is in progress and a lot of traversing taking place on the road so far because the road is good and a lot of miners going in.
The dust used to bother us a long time, and especially the younger one used to get very bad cold and used to go to the hospital, and some treatment couldn't really help them. So after the road had finished, I was very excited because I used to walk on the road to go to school because I'm still a young teenager. But so I'm glad the road is finished and still moving on.
Since the road has been paved here, we're not getting a lot of dust like what we used to get, because we have a business in front when you turn the corner, right? So when the vehicles are traversing the road, you would get a lot of dust coming through. But so far, we're not getting a lot of dust like before, and our goods are better off now. Like, even though it's inside, it would get a lot of dust and so forth, but not right now.
Before Mahdia, as we know it, everybody would refer to as bush. So, right now it's not just bush, but it's also a tongue. Before, persons didn't really want to come to Mahdia due to the road situation and all these things. But now that it is becoming a tongue, that would give persons the privilege, that it would encourage them to come into this tongue. Maybe they could, develop themselves from right here. It could, young persons from right here could get involved. They could get jobs. They could start doing stuff for themselves. Stop idling on the streets, get involved and do something for yourself and your community.
80% of the roads in Mahdia were upgraded from laterite roads to concrete structures built to last for decades. The $827 million internal roads were recently commissioned by Minister of Public Infrastructure David Patterson. In the near future, speed bumps and 15 solar streetlights will be installed. Renetta LaFleur for InfoHub.
Remember, physical activity on its own might lower the risk of breast and colon cancer. Stay active. That's all for this evening. Connect with us on WhatsApp, social media, and our website at dpi.gov.gy. Your bridge and weather reports are up next. Goodbye.